Well, good morning YouTube. I've got this thing pretty much mocked up. I got my brackets on here. I found a belt here that I had. It might have come off this motor. I don't know. But I got it, put it on. It fit good. I got it tightened up. Now I'm going to figure out some way of making hoses. This top one, pretty easy. This, I'll just show you the way I do it. I'd take a piece of welding wire here and I'm going to bend it to the shape I need and cut it off. Well, I just bent this piece to a curve, and I got it where it's covering up the edge of both of them, and then I marked what size they are. That's 1 3/4 on the water pump, 1.5 inches down here, and got my long piece of wire here. You know, it's gonna be, you know, not really critical there, but that'll be the length I need for it. If I get a little longer, and I have a piece of the hose that came off of the thermostat housing, so I just take my little wires. I already talked to O'Reilly down there. They said I could dig through their hoses and try to find something. So that'll do my bottom one and top one, and then I'm just going to put like a foot of radiator hose here, or heater hose, from that fitting to that fitting, just to circulate the water. So really all I need is hoses now, and it should be able to fire up, let it get warm at least. I don't want it to get hot because I don't have a radiator cap or nothing, but we'll see what happens. Well, I kind of got lucky on this one. This upper radiator hose, I had my wire all bent and everything, and I knew it was a little bit offset, and sure enough they had a molded radiator hose that's just exactly the right length, and couldn't ask for a better shape. It looks better than I was expecting. Bolted right on. I took this thermostat out. It looked real good, almost new, and resealed everything, and I found a big old mud dauber nest in there. I got, you know, most of it out. Might be a little left, but I think water will chew up the rest of it. There's what came out of the radiator. Pretty funny. On the other radiator hose, I got lucky on that. It's got a big end and a little end, 1.5 to 1 3/4. It was a little shorter than my wire, but I measured, you know, a generous amount there, so I'm pretty sure this one's gonna work. So I was glad to get this, and I got a little foot of radiator hose, or a heater hose, to plug up those two vents. I'll see if I can get this one on. Yeah, I finally got that hose on. I had to cut off about 3/4 inch off the bottom. I probably still need to cut that some more, and I cut about 3/8 inch off the top, and I still got a kink in it, but I'll trim that as much as I can. I may have to buy another hose, or I can probably put a hose clamp around that get that kink out of it. But it's not kink completely flat or anything. So I need one about 2 inches shorter. I'll go back and see if they can find another one. If I have to, I'll order it. And I got my bypass hose on here, and I went to put my temperature gauge in, and the fittings, I don't know what size there is right there. It needs a special fitting for the probe, and that's way too big to fit into the manifold. But I found another one that it would screw into, and so I wrapped that with friction tape about 10-15 times, real tight, and I got it screwed in. It's pretty tight. It might leak, but I'm not going to be running pressure on it, so I'm probably fine there. And so at least I got a temperature gauge up here, mechanical, that I can trust. I've already tested this one in boiling water, so I know it works. Nice tool chest, huh? Anyway, I don't see any more holes in it anywhere. I redid that thermostat. Put good silicone on it. This hose though worked just perfect. Anyway, I guess now let me get some water and pour in it and see if I have a fountain or what. Well, it looks like I got a little water right here on top. I don't know where that's coming from. I filled it up to where the water just covers the fins, but it was leaking here on both ends, and I pulled this one bolt out and it just squirted out. So apparently that goes straight into the water jacket. So what I did was just I put a bunch of silicone on that bolt, shoved it back in and tightened it, and it looks like that stopped it. And then I did the back one. It's not leaking, but I got some kind of a leak here. I'll blow that out of there and see if I can find where that's coming from. It's probably one of those heater hoses, I hope. We'll see. Well, I'd taken this big hose clamp off of the thermostat. I was going to use it on this down here because I only had 2 of them, but I was able to use that one and I forgot to tighten it. So I'm pretty sure that water was coming out of here. I blew it out and I don't see any more. I blew some WD-40 on it, and that makes it run good, and I'm probably leaking a little out of that thing I got there. I got it filled back up to the covered the radiator. This one here isn't going to leak because it was a stud, and I never did take that out. This one's the one I tapped, but I think I put some silicone in it. And I got a drip over there. It's probably these 2 corner ones. I can't really tell. It's definitely dripping from somewhere. Might be the water pump. Could be anywhere back here and running down the motor, but I got a feeling it's probably here in the front. But some little something like that, stop leak could probably fix that. I wonder if this freeze plug is leaking. Don't know. Could be still this thing is still wet. Could be still coming out of there, running down that to the block and dripping. That's probably what it is. But I got it basically up to the point where it's not leaking very bad. And I can drain the water out of it later and blow these two holes out and silicone them real good. But I think it's plenty good enough to try to start and run for a while. Well, here we go. Got my fan on. Should have hooked up the charging system, but I'll do that later once I start it. Tried to get it warm a little bit. We'll see what happens. Close quite a bit. What's going on? Oh, always, you know, there's a little trick to starting the car and have to turn on the key. Now we'll go boom. Right. Don't know what caused that.
Whoops, steering.
Gas. He's on good. What caused that? didn't work. Yeah, blew it right out. As soon as it got warm, the tape softened up. Alright, well, it was up to about 140, 150. I could tell by how hot the water was. It wasn't very hot. Anyway, we got a volcano of ATF. Now we have a geyser of water. Blowing it out good. I need to get a good fitting for that. It's kind of popping. I need to got some kind of air leak. Anyway, running long enough to get it warm, so we're good. Well, I cleaned up everything. I put silicone on all these bolts. That big one back there, I did it too. I just whittled a stick and put in with the manifold. I've got the sending unit taped to a radiator hose. Might be close enough. I'm just going to try to fire it up. I'd like to see if that water pump can hit the water. I'm sure it is, but that's what I'm trying to do. Of course, I want to run it. had that running. Still got some popping and missing. I'm pretty sure that's because of the carburetor gasket. Well, I took me a radiator cap off of my Dodge out there and filled just to the top of the fins, and I ran it, and thermostat open, water circulating good. It got hot, and water started steaming off the radiator there. I don't have no fan on it, of course, so it all run good. Still got a miss in it. I'm pretty sure that carburetor gasket and all those funky vacuum lines I got, and I got a kink down there in that radiator hose. I'm going to have to fix that. But as far as the test run good. So tomorrow I'll get me a fitting and put my thermostat or temperature gauge in there. Look like it's setting right about 150 right now. I had only one leak up here, and I tightened up the radiator hose, and that was it. So the radiator's good. Everything's good. I shifted it. It's going forward and reverse good. I just have to get my fan and put on it. I ordered a big electric fan, so it ought to come here in the next few days. Get a carburetor gasket, hook up my charging system, make sure it's charging, and time it, do all that kind of stuff. But everything looks like it's fine. The alternator's not wiggling around, the belt's running real straight, radiator's good. So kind of got a lot done today. I just have to try to see if I can fix that hose with what I got there. I can't cut the big end anymore. There won't be a big end. But I think I can cut, you know, probably another 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch off that bottom hose. I'll try to get it out. If I can, I'll buy another hose. Anyway, motor sounds pretty good. It's got some popping and stuff through the exhaust. I think it's, like I say, air leaks and God knows what. Timing, of course. Anyway, guys, that's kind of it for today. You got to see Old Faithful, so like and subscribe. Come back and watch some more. Thanks a lot. Sure appreciate you.